It's out with the old and in with the new, but I have a question for you. See what I did there? Did that just rhyme? Question for you. Did you start 2024 on the right foot? Hey there, my friend. It's Lisa Ann, and welcome to the very first episode of the More Than Social podcast for the year 2024. I hope you had a great Christmas, great New Year's with your friends, your family, of course, all of your loved ones. Since we are all done with all the festivities, all the celebrations that's really happened over the last few weeks, I am personally jumping in with 2 feet. I know in the last episode, I asked you this specific question. How ready are you for 2024? Well, some people might have started this year fully planned and have their goals really in sight, but I know some of you might still feel a little bit lost, confused. What does this new year have in store for me? Will this feel like just another deja vu of 2023? Am I ever going to actually move forward with my goals of my business? Will I be better than who I was last year? And if those questions don't already make you feel a little bit anxiety, there might be other areas where you are feeling just a little bit unprepared. Things like the overwhelming feeling of actual goal setting and actually planning how you're going to achieve those goals, worrying about cash flow issues within your business, feeling the pressure of competition within your industry that you are in, adapting to fast-paced business environments, especially as we start the year, balancing your work and personal life. I understand how thinking about all of these things can really just make you think that you are not born ready for 2024. But listen to me. I want you to scratch that. Let it go. Just put it in last year. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 12 pieces of advice. I highly suggest that you sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, a coffee, wine, kombucha, whatever it is that your drink of choice is. If you're driving, turn up the volume just a little bit. If you are working out, going for a run, a walk, or even just folding laundry right now, I want you to listen up, okay? By the end of this episode, I want you to step out ready to change the narrative for yourself this year. It's about time that you change the entire game. And you, yes, you, listening to me right this second, I see you, and you deserve this more than anyone. I'm about to share with you what I've learned while actually doing interviews on the More Than Social podcast. I'm more than blessed to have had the opportunity to really speak to some incredible leaders and experts who really excel in their own business and within their industry. And what I've done is I've compiled everything that I've learned, all the advice that they've given. And I personally, I'm consistently doing my best to really apply it to my own life as an entrepreneur as well. By the end of this, you will realize that you can literally achieve anything that you set your mind to. This goes for your business, but also for your personal lives. So let's dive in to all of these advices. So life advice number 1 for you. Make data your best friend. This is something that I actually learned from Hera Z. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and check it out. It's incredible. But as an entrepreneur, I know that you're already dealing with a heck of a lot of numbers, and I'm talking about money and statistics. But here's one more thing that you should never, never, never take for granted. That's the data that will help you test and see your business's sales and marketing efforts either working or not working. When you have the data, it is really, really easy to tweak things. What is working in your business? What is not? Where can we actually improve? If you have to test things again, get the data, tweak, then repeat that process. Always be willing to test different ways of marketing and selling your products or your services for your business. This is the only way you will see what works best for you. And when you do this consistently, you'll get the secret ingredient to the best structure and framework for your business. For your business. I want to repeat that because everyone's going to be a little bit different. But when you are focused on testing, again, you will know exactly what is working with your particular audience, with your particular business, with your particular messaging. It all really comes down to testing and utilizing the data that is literally right in front of us. So make the data your bestie. Life advice number 2, trust yourself. This one, Jess Jordana brought up, which I feel is so overlooked. Today, the internet is so full of content. There are so many courses out there to take, coaches to follow, even mastermind groups to join. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by all of these that are around you online. Well, you can use a lot of these to your advantage, and I highly recommend it, but sometimes they just might feel like noise to you. At the end of the day, it's important that you learn how to trust yourself. Trust your gut. Pull out all the information that you can based on what else is out there, but then filter what is working best for you. Okay. You are on your own unique journey, just like the rest of us entrepreneurs and all the entrepreneurs that you follow. We're all on our own unique journey. So identify, where do you actually want to go, and understand what it takes to get to that end point. But it starts by trusting yourself. Plus, I trust you more than I can ever show just through this podcast episode. Life advice number 3, pause, then take action. This is something that Samantha Lynn mentioned in our episode. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a massive difference between intentionally pausing within your business and inaction. Inaction is more of a, well, that's it. I'm not going to do anything. I don't care if I move forward or not anyways. Well, pausing in your business, it means actually just taking a little bit of a step back. Start to reflect on your business. Really look deep within your business, reminding yourself of your purpose, asking yourself why you even started in the first place, and encouraging yourself about the best ways that you can actually move forward. Pausing gives you this opportunity to really take the time to learn what you need before you jump into any big decision in your life or your business. But keep in mind, don't let this pause just make you feel stuck. There is this really fine line or fine balance between pausing and letting fear creep into you and actually stop you from moving forward. So just pay attention to that. But once you feel like you've taken the right amount of time to pause and reflect within your business, it's time to finally, you got it, take action. Life advice number 4, value clarity. This is something I learned from Mike Draper. Clarity is really the name of the game when it comes to achieving your goals. But I believe there are 2 ways to really use this concept of clarity. 1, being clear with what exactly it is that you want to do within your life. And 2, having a clear mind before jumping from one project to another. So let's talk about the first one, being clear with what exactly it is that you want to do in life and business. It's impossible to do great things if you don't know exactly where you are headed. Before doing anything, always find the time to know exactly what it is that you want out of this situation, so that you know exactly where you want to go and how you kind of want it to play out. It's kind of like going on a big road trip, if you ask me. If you don't know that end destination and the steps on how to actually get there, how will you know where to kind of turn and what locations to stop at? Now, the second thing for you, having a clear mind before jumping from one project to another project. It really pays off to have a clear mental state before doing anything. So whether it is for a new business project or a major event that has something to do with your personal life, let's just say, it's important for you to really have a clear head before you're actually moving forward on to another task. If you don't, chances are your mind is going to be clouded. You're thinking about something completely else while you're doing something else. That just really doesn't make sense, does it? Well, people would debate it's called multitasking, and I am the queen at multitasking, but I would debate that it's the perfect step to lead to failure if you have too much going on in your mind. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I just said, I am a really, really big multitasker. But when it comes to actually getting things done in my business and in my life, I have learned the more focused you are, the better results you're going to get. You're going to get things done faster. And honestly, the results are going to be one heck of a lot better than if you were going to be a little bit complicated. Life advice number 5, always carry a positive mindset. I am sure you would have guessed that this one would be on the list. This is something that Ashley Ann and I talked about during our podcast interview. Now, I'm not talking just about simply saying affirmations to yourself or having a vision board, let's just say for an example, because I know beginning of the year, those are kind of really popular, or even just saying that, hey, yeah, I am a positive person. Having a positive mindset really speaks more about the way that you look at things. When you are in a bad situation or see a bad situation, how do you help? How do you plan to move forward? When you see a person that you aspire to be, how do you mimic their behavior and become more like them? Despite everything going on in this world, how do you actually keep yourself happy? Having a positive mind is all about making sure that you see the good and letting the good things help you take action. So don't be easily shaken up when something just doesn't go your way. Surround yourself with people who are aligned with your frequency, with how you think, and then simply go from there. Life advice number 6, do what makes you smile. This is something that Judy Fox shouted during her episode. Do you ever think about your days and are seeing that they're mostly filled with things that literally don't make you happy? You're wearing all the hats in your business, or you're doing things that really doesn't light you up anymore? A lot of people I know do this and are doing a lot of things throughout the day that they're just not happy with. They keep doing them though because they think that they have to do it, not because they necessarily want to. I want to say don't be like that. I know easier said than done, but I want you to leave that mindset in 2023. This year, allow yourself to do the things that really make you smile and really light you up. This is so important, especially if you plan to become the key player within your industry. People are affected to energy first before they even listen to what you're saying or what your offer is. When you fill yourself with this beam of light, I could say, or hope, because you are so passionate about what it is that you do, no doubt it will reflect on the people around you. Life advice number 7, find your people. So this is something that Chantel Davison and I talked about during our podcast episode. Ever heard of the quote, the birds of the same feather flock together? When I heard that one, I thought it was actually pretty funny. I was like, I never heard that. But now that I'm an entrepreneur, I really couldn't agree more. And I'm not actually talking about birds or anything. I'm talking about surrounding yourself with like-minded people who will walk with you on your journey. Find people who have the same drive as you, even people that have a bigger vision or dreams that you have. And to be honest, the journey of entrepreneurship, I totally get it. It can be really lonely. It can be confusing at times. There are a lot of ups and downs along the way as you're kind of building this business, but there are also a lot of things to celebrate. So when you start to surround your people who just, they get you, they're your people, you're going to have people to cheer you on, but you're also going to have people to lean on when you made a mistake, or you can also learn from their mistakes. That's the key with it too. Life advice number 8, enjoy the journey. This is something that I was reminded of from Chad Durfee. So here's the thing about entrepreneurs, just like me and you. We are so focused on the end goal and the outcome of who we want to be or what we want to achieve that sometimes we actually forget about the fun during the journey. Entrepreneurship, it's just so hard. It's not really fun when you're grinding. That's what you're telling yourself over and over. And to be honest, this kind of thinking can really just make you feel like you're in an obstacle until you actually reach those end goals. But really, let me ask you, when you reach that end goal, are you really at the end of it? Or do you just create a new goal? So enjoy the journey. As you grow, as you hit these next level within your business, there's going to be other things that you're working towards. You will never be happy. You'll never be content. You'll never stay motivated if you're measuring the things based on the end goal. Enjoy the journey, learn how to enjoy the experiences, and really start appreciating the struggles and where you've come from. And don't forget, I know this one is easier said than done, don't forget to celebrate your wins. Be passionate while staying mindful and involved, because at the end of the day, you know you are going to get there. I know you are going to get there. Life advice number 9, be patient. This is something that Andrea Marie and I laughed about, especially when it comes with using social media or technology to grow your business. Patience is really the key to success. I know that sometimes you'll hear stories about overnight successes. They're the typical content that people are posting about online. But in the real world, it's not just the norm. Like, you cannot make millions overnight. So don't feel defeated when you feel like things are taking a little bit longer. Don't feel defeated when you're not hitting those really big revenue goals yet for your business. Trust me, it's normal. Entrepreneurship is a long-term game. It's more like a marathon, not a sprint. You need to be patient, you need to be consistent, and you always need to stay committed to putting out high-quality things and helping your dream client in some way, shape, or form. You cannot post a TikTok once and earn billions overnight. You can't place an ad and be rich tomorrow. It takes time, it takes patience. Plus, why don't you try to enjoy the journey versus just jumping from goal to goal to goal? It is fun. We just talked about that. So just enjoy it a little bit more. Life advice number 10, only take advice that feels good to you. This is something that I learned from Jamie Mont. As entrepreneurs, we always look for advice from other people. We feel the need to either acknowledge or debunk what we're actually thinking about. As a result, we go out into the wild thinking that people's advice will help us make decisions better and get to the end result faster. But the truth is, you do not need to feel pressured about taking advice from every single person you talk to. Only take the advice that feels good to you and then just leave the rest. It's totally fine. We are just surrounded by so much advice out there on the internet, on social media. Well, these things are definitely helpful. It's important for you to learn how to kind of filter this and sort through the advice that you think can drive you the most impact on your life and your business. So only listen to what works for you or feels good for you. This is what can help you move forward in the long run versus just getting overwhelmed with everything you want to do. Life advice number 11, learn how to say no. This is something that I've learned from Dawn Taylor, and I know this one really hits hard. And I don't think just for me, but I think for all of us entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, just like us, are so used to saying yes to requests all the time. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we are all people pleasers or if it's because it's in our nature to help people, to save people, to be of service to people. But at the end of the day, you should learn how to stay in your lane and say no to things that don't let you up. So stop saying yes to everyone so that you can please people. Learn how to say no and actually be okay with it. Only learn how to say yes to the people you really want to help and you really want to work with. Life advice number 12, spend the time to learn how to sell the right way. This is something I learned from Chris Kennedy, and this was a fantastic episode. They all were, but this one really hit home for me. Yes, marketing can be a game changer for your business, but do you know what else you should learn how to do? The art of selling. If you don't know how to sell your product, your offer, you're never going to convert, no matter how good your marketing is. All the time, all the money that you're spending on marketing can end up being wasted if you don't know how to sell it. You miss out on doing some really, really big things within your business and making this really big impact. Marketing will always bring people to you. But like I said, if you don't know how to convert people naturally in a way that's real and really feels real to you, there's so much missed opportunity right here. So my biggest piece of advice with this one, just stay curious. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Learn as much as you can about selling. But overall, let your experiences be your teacher. I said this before, but I will definitely say this over and over again. Every single person goes through their own journey in entrepreneurship. Sometimes we struggle with things. Sometimes we have to go through the hardships. But all of those things that we are going through are literally shaping us into the entrepreneurs we are today. And to be completely honest with you, the things that you are stressing about in this exact moment, it really won't matter a year from now, 3 years from now, even 5 years from now. And while living through these experiences that you are going through, don't forget to listen to your gut. As entrepreneurs, we always just get so caught up in our businesses. We're so caught up in the actual grind of things. We're caught up with so many different ideas of things that we want to do or things that people are throwing at us that we forget to listen to ourselves. So trust me when I say this. You know what you are doing. You would not be here right now listening to me about growing your business if you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. Well, you want to keep learning, stay guarded. Keep your boundaries up a little bit. Get clear on whose advice you want to take and whose you just want to kind of push aside. It's okay to do that. You are the best person who knows how to grow your business. I'm going to shout that to the world. You are the only one who knows exactly how to do it based on your goals, your life. Now, I hope all of these tips just help you start the year off right. I want you to stay inspired, stay focused, but really make 2024 your best one yet. I will see you in the next episode. Enjoy your day and Happy New Year, by the way.